Stay free with me, Russell Brand. Steve-O, I've always loved you, mate. Firstly, I loved you in the Jackass days because I thought there was something piratical and mad about what you all were doing. And now, I know, I think it's okay for me to say we're both in recovery and stuff, and I know you have a very different side to your nature. Now that you're like a sober person, how has your perspective altered, not only to your past, but to the aspect of you that still craves that kind of attention and still craves that kind of craziness? How do you adapt to that as a man in recovery?
It occurs to me there's a saying, what happens when you take a drunken horse thief and take away his alcohol? You've got a sober horse thief. You know, I'm an attention whore, and so I'm just a sober attention whore. I do want you to know that in my book, I mention you in here, Russell.
Hey.
There's a mention of you. It says, this all helps explain how I let Russell Brand talk me into taking a course in transcendental meditation. Though, truth be told, I think Russell Brand could have talked me into sticking my dick in a blender. The dude can talk.
Perhaps your greatest stunt was allowing me to talk you into transcendental meditation.
Now let me tell you this, that I'm a very all or nothing type of personality, and as it relates to meditation, you got me into the course, and by the way, thank you for that. It was 2013 when I took the course in transcendental meditation, and kind of like any good habit, if it's working out, if it's eating properly, all you have to do is miss one day, and then it just becomes this slippery slope of inactivity. And, that was my experience. I dabbled in it, and then I just fell off and it went away. But the years that went by, I felt that I was really I thought, I should be meditating. I would be really benefiting if I meditated. And I got myself a new teacher in 2019. And knowing that I'm all or nothing, I started recording my meditation, keeping track of it on an app. And so I've got this streak going. I'm 1,000. How many days do I have? 1,084 days, averaging over 40 minutes every single day. I've not missed a single day since December 27th, 2019. And I really believe that it's transformed me. I genuinely believe that my meditation practice causes the universe to conspire in my favor.
When you say that, what can you think of examples or times that you felt that you've accessed another power, or that your life has been different as a result of meditation?
It's very, very hard to put your finger on it. There are experiences in our world of recovery we refer to as God shots, things where we just think that something's just too magical to be chalked up to coincidence. There's just the general I would call it momentum. I've got I would call it rather than say, wow, I've been fortunate, I have good luck, I like to say the force is with me.
Because much of your public persona is derived from a very unique time where, like, you and the crew that you moved with engaged in dangerous, chaotic acts that were beautifully presented and brilliantly delivered, that would have required, in my opinion, a kind of, as well as craziness, a kind of valor and bravery. It makes me think that perhaps people don't appreciate the complexity of you. When you look back at it now, mate, and I know that part of it is looking for attention, but what else do you think you're striving for? I once heard you describe it as a kind of pursuit of glory, and given the way that much of that stuff is presented on MTV, TV, there was sometimes a kind of nihilism. Aside from the camaraderie and friendship between you and the rest of the crew, there was something that indicated to me that we were coming to a time where the world was changing. But now, if in this new spirit, in this place of new spirit where you're becoming more awake, where you're in recovery, where you have more self-awareness, what aspect of yourself do you think was being expressed beyond requiring attention? Do you think there's any self-hatred or self-masochism in that stuff? Am I overthinking it, or is it simply about glory? And how do you pursue that glory now?
It's funny that you would point to a possible self-destructiveness and self-hatred, where I think my view on it, and going back to before I was in recovery, my position has been that most people have really fairly serious problems, whether it's health problems, whether it's financial problems. Maybe they're not happy in their marriage, but people have great stressors in their life. And I genuinely believe that by performing the most outrageous, ridiculous, shocking acts, that when people are consuming my art, that I have effectively distracted them from their stressors. And I would not purport to having solved anybody's problems, but by distracting people from their problems, I have made their problems go away, albeit temporarily. And as such, I have given myself the title of distraction therapist. And I believe that is a noble title.
Absolutely. I feel like almost, I was just thinking then that in certain yogic practices, the endurance of pain is like regarded as a kind of a noble mastery over the like people's addiction to comfort, addiction to conformity and normalness, and being willing to do those things. There's a reason I think things don't become that successful and that exciting without there being something at their heart that is magnetizing people. Watch entire episodes on demand for free at rumble.com/Russell Brand.